this is Love Letter Studios, and I'm Lucia. Kaworu Nagisa is probably the second most iconic character from the anime series Neon Genesis Evangelion, after Lucia Iannone, which I'd call an achievement considering he's only in one episode. If you know anything of Evangelion and its fandom before watching it, you'll probably be wondering where the gray-haired boy is when you do. The fandom kind of adores Kaworu. Still, I love him too. But why? Kaworu's Wikipedia article attributes his success to his sex appeal, which is more than a little creepy considering he's like 15. But I'm not sure I buy that. So let's take a look at Kaworu and see if we can figure out what makes him so damn popular. Neon Genesis Evangelion is an anime series about Shinji Ikari, a troubled teenager and a group of troubled teenagers who pilot giant robots called Evangelions in order to fight giant monsters called angels in order to save the world. But it turns out that saving the world doesn't make you any happier, and by episode 24, Shinji is at his lowest. He's been through a lot. One of his friends has just had a breakdown, the other has died and replaced by a clone. And enter Kaworu. Yep, that Kaworu. He sure likes Ode to Joy. Kaworu and Shinji hit it off more or less immediately. Shinji's desperate for a friend, stating that he doesn't have any friends anymore, and Kaworu is as friendly as they come. The two quickly go to a first-name basis, which is a pretty big social jump for Japanese society. As they spend more time together, Kaworu is pretty quick to announce how he feels about Shinji. Yeah, they've only known each other for a few hours at this point. Young love, am I right? But still, Kaworu is the first person to say that to Shinji without hesitation. And Shinji finds himself telling Kaworu a lot of personal stuff without much incentive. It's clear there's a connection. So it's kind of a huge bummer when it turns out that Kaworu is an angel and Shinji has to fight him. Angels are kind of a big deal in Evangelion. They're inhuman creatures of mass destruction, usually killing and wrecking things without hesitation. They're super powerful and only the Evangelions piloted by Shinji and company can stop them. For the majority of the series, it's believed the Angels' one goal is to destroy all life on Earth by merging with something held in the terminal dogma base and creating a mass cataclysm. Yeah, the stakes, they are high. Shinji manages to catch Kaworu, but in a surprising turn of events, it seems that Kaworu only has one thing to ask of Shinji. Yeah, ouch. But let's take a closer look. Now, one thing you have to know in order to understand Kaworu and his place in the story is that Shinji is someone who loves external validation. I mean, he does attempt to strangle Asuka to death when she refuses to validate him. Shinji wants other people to make him happy, to tell him that his life is worthwhile and that it's okay for him to exist. The thing is, though, as much as you can interact with others and make meaningful connections with them, you're still a separate person and you need to find your own way of validating yourself. Shinji has to realize on his own that he is a person with a life worth living, and that he has the ability to stand on his own 2 feet. But there's a character who does validate and love Shinji unconditionally. Kaworu. I mean, really. He tells Shinji he loves him, says he might have been born to meet him, and says he was glad that he met him when he dies. He's piling on the validation. But Kaworu isn't a person. He's an angel, and he's sent with a task. He rejects that task, but his status as a non-person still stands. He's a fantasy. Real people can't be 24/7 fountains of love and acceptance because they need love too, and sometimes they have their own shit to deal with. And besides, a relationship where only one party is giving is one-sided at best and abusive at worst. I mean, Shinji doesn't ever do anything to get Kaworu's love or return it. He just kind of sits there and takes it in. Does Shinji ever really consider Kaworu's feelings? No. And he doesn't have to, because Kaworu is always there to love him. We like Kaworu because he's something we want, but can never have. He's the ultimate external validator, and it's for that reason that he has to die, thematically. A validation like his isn't possible, and even if it were, it wouldn't be sustainable. Coming from someone who also loves external validation, it's not always easy. I'm not saying you should never go to your friends for help or validation. I'm saying that, in the end, you have to accept and validate yourself in order to survive, even if it is on the lowest possible level. That's that. Thanks for watching my video, and you can like, share, and subscribe if you want to support it. And remember, your life is worth living.